The last time I spoke of Jet Li was a few videos ago in which I talked about the peak cinema masterpiece movie known as The One. And if you want to watch me just glazing this film, you can click the link just right in the corner or in the description. It's optional, but this video is going to have a few jokes thrown here and there. Thing is, when whoever the hell is writing the consensus on Rotten Tomatoes, he mentioned how the movie feels like a game then, well, a movie. Well, it turns out there is a game. Kinda. Sorta. Well, it's not actually the official game, but what I'm talking about here is Jet Li's Rise to Honor, aka The One the Game. Welcome to The One the Game.
The One the Game. Holy shit.
Yes, The One the Game.
The One, the movie, the game.
The One, the movie, the game.
We're just gonna keep saying The One the Game.
The One the Game.
The One the Game.
The One the Game. Published and made by Sony themselves, even before people calling their studios making games that try hard to feel like Hollywood movies. This 2004 game feels a lot more like a Hollywood movie than most modern Sony games, but most importantly, more like a Hong Kong movie-inspired game. Yes, people, even before when their games feel like cinematic experiences, Sony was still making games that try to feel like movies. Such as this PS1 game I used to have.
Hey, leave her alone!
Oh, you want some, buddy?
But do they really have to go so far to the point where you can't skip cutscenes? I cannot skip the cutscene. Look at that film reel. It's taunting me. I need to check my pizza. I need to check my sandwich.
That's what you meant by sandwich?
Yes.
Gotta watch the cutscene, then you can care about your burning sandwich.
How'd I pause this damn game? Son of a... Checking the options menu, you have the choice to switch from English dub in Hong Kong or Cantonese dub. But what monster would choose this choice where everyone speaks English all of a sudden? Although I would prefer if I can keep a certain character speaking English due to some acting inconsistency, but we'll get to that later. Now, as far as I know, there isn't a tutorial or training mode, but there did used to be one in the demo disc. Other than that, the only difference I noticed in this version are a bunch of minor UI changes, and that's pretty much it. So the game starts with Kit Yoon, played by Jet Li, serving as a triad bodyguard for his boss. Some litter gets stolen by a rival gang member, and this is where we finally get to beat the shit out of every civilian I see in the streets! No weakness, no pain, no mercy. This is all your fault, please.
You
Get off.
just had to. There was no you have no choice.
Yeah.
You have to beat up the innocent.
This is all your fault. Oh no. I can't reach them. No! Let me beat them up! No! Now, like every arcade beat-em-ups, you expect the buttons on these controllers would be the attack buttons, right? Nope! All the buttons you press will just lead to the controls instructions. So how do you attack in this game? Well, to answer that question, the attack button is the right stick analog. Because screw camera controls, right? Since fixed cameras have become somewhat of a dead art nowadays in most 3D games. Remember when gameplay had cinematography? Sheesh, all these cinematic games that try hard to be movies need to learn from their old predecessors.
Jason!
I have to use the right stick, like, you can just hear
Peak combat
yeah,
right
peak
there.
combat. You know, considering that this is a Sony exclusive and all, I mean, it already feels like a movie. Except, at least this has better camera angles instead of just third-person shoulder cameras, like whatever modern Sony games has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need more games of this camera.
We need more games with the right analog stick
Yeah.
combat.
Yeah. The other buttons that matter here are the left and right buttons. Holding R will enter a defense mode, but pushing the right stick with it, you can use it to grab enemies. See ya, chump.
Just threw two guys to their deaths. See ya, chump.
And with the right timing by holding the left and right buttons, you can try and pull off a counterattack. Just make sure you watch the defense meter and the adrenaline meter, which you can activate by pressing the left buttons for Jet Li to do the sick taunt. It's pretty much this game's Devil Trigger super mode. That pretty much turns you into the one.
I will be the one!
Now, Rise to Honor has lots, and I mean lots of well choreographed animated moves done by Jet Li. And I gotta be honest, the guys working on this game sure knows how to put his moves here. Because there is a lot of moves in this game that's hard to list out. Even this video, which is meant to showcase the number of moves, it's still incomplete because of this one move that's seen in the intro. and can actually pull off in the game, but I didn't have any footage of it. But it's definitely a real move and you can pull it off. And hell, there's probably a lot of moves that's still undiscovered. Now if you're here to stack up some high hit combos, basically what you gotta do is tap the right stick a few times, then pause, then continue attacking to get those high score points, even though there's no leaderboard and all. But seeing the hit number of points increasing, it's basically telling the player that you're doing something right in combat. Best part of the right stick combat is that if an enemy comes to you from behind or in whatever direction you're not looking, you can just flick the stick from that direction to hit him. It ain't Metal Gear Rising's parrying mechanic, but it's a good system. Well, you know what they say, Jet Li used his fist so Raiden could use his sword.
I don't care what universe you're from, that's gotta hurt.
Just be careful that you can't continue attacking because of a short cooldown. So rival gang member gives back the lair, and one time skip later, the guy comes back to get his ass whipped in the cutscene and we never get to fight him ever again. He isn't even a boss fight, he's just some guy with a cool outfit that you don't even get to see him again. I sure hope this mysterious mastermind isn't someone we know in the future cutscene. Now during combat, you'll notice how you beating up enemies will lead you to this sweet slow-mo kill cam which is unnecessary, but doesn't matter, because this shit makes you cool! I also like how there's not just environmental damage to props and set pieces, but you can also slam things to the wall and see them cracking, which makes combat even more satisfying and impactful.
They had to make it more cinematic.
Yeah. All these games try to feel like cinematic experiences, but why can't they do all these slow motion kills like the one in the game? Yeah, like this. This game is already better than all whatever Sony is making. What, alopecia balding lady the game or whatever the next game is called. What is this, G.I. Jane 2 the game? I don't need G.I. Jane 2 the game, I need the 1-2.
The 1-2, the movie, the game.
Can't wait to see it.
Name out your fucking mouth!
Off to the second floor, you encounter this dude with machine guns, and what you have to do is basically just jump over and watch this dated 2000 slow-mo bullet time cam, because it's cool! But it's a good thing the closer you get to someone shooting at you, the more they start to lose ammo. Gotta keep that in mind the next time I get robbed. Unless you're Bruce Wayne's parents or Uncle Ben. Freeze! Give me your money or I'll shoot you! What did you say? I said, give me your money or I'll shoot you. Say that again? Grr! I'm out of ammo! Don't try this at home, kids. Now sometimes you can actually pick up some melee weapons, and while they're effective with high damage, there's this annoying end animation cooldown that takes a bit too long that prevents you from attacking again. I mean, most of the melee weapons here probably deal the same high damage, but my point still stands. If you tap the control stick aimlessly, the game kinda punishes you with this cooldown in which you can't attack for 2 seconds or something. Unless if you're patient enough to do a timed pause attack. Holding the right button and pushing the right stick will throw it at enemies, and with Adrenaline mode, you can use it to pull off the 6 spin attack move. If you wanna be cool! Wants a chicken? Wants a chicken? You! Come on! Oh shit! The chef has gone rogue! Go!
I mean, the one thing you can say about the chef is he's no chicken.
Now we're done talking about melee combat, it's time to talk about the gunplay combat, which only happens during these shoot-em-up segments. Gameplay-wise, it's similar to a twin-stick shooter, except the only difference here is that balance is so non-existent that you're just as overpowered as a Rambo, since you have infinite ammo with no reload cooldown, and the power to go max pay Neo mode because it's cool! Other than that, you can also target 2 enemies by flicking the right stick, which makes it even extra cool! You can also press the L2 button to lock onto some explosive barrels, or maybe some destructible props you can drop to enemies. Until I reach the end of the segment where you lose all your ammo.
The streets are safest and you're getting around.
I'm out.
Shooting all your bullets. Huh, where'd all my ammo go?
So your second bosses are 2 twins because the devs saw Matrix Reload or something, and they aren't that hard to fight, but that's probably because the police are gonna show up anyway. Off to meet the boss only to get attacked by a helicopter, which thankfully the pilot and the gunner has 2 brain cells since they don't bar turn to shoot, and because they would rather kill their own men instead of killing me. It just takes 2 Uzi 9mm to kill one chopper that explodes 2 times because it's cool!
It's so convenient that
What?
after they watch you hide, they just decide, you know, I'm gonna fly away. He's over there, it's not like we can just fly behind him now.
So your boss dies and he asks you to give a letter to his daughter. But his right-hand man, in which we call him the Hotel Bathrobe Man, decides to take control of the Triad, and you can already tell this guy's evil because of his behavior. Or because he's a Triad gang member. Don't join the Mafia, guys. Don't join any criminal organizations. Is he wearing some kind of sleeping bathrobe or something?
It does look like he's just wearing that. He just took them from the local hotel. It's like, oh, these are really nice. I'm gonna keep these for myself, but it's just a permanent part of his fashion now.
So we get a flashback scene, and as much as how the Cantonese audio gives some authenticity, the subtitles are either way too fast or they speak in so short sentences that you won't even be able to read them. Good luck with that. I swear the text is too fast. I can't read.
Yeah, I didn't read part of it. I didn't even read that one part.
Literal translation versus localized translation would be like...
I didn't even see that! I only read like half that last line and I was speed reading it.
So Jet Li meets up with his superior, which we learn that he's an undercover cop, and judging by this guy's outfit, it looks very suspicious of one we saw earlier, if the rival gang member. I wonder who could it be? This is Spider-Man PS1 all over again. Jet Li leaves to San Francisco, in which God knows how he got there, a 13-hour plane flight, in order to find his childhood friends. There's Michelle, the boss's daughter, and she, her token fat friend. Out to the club to meet Jet's buddy, you get to a bar fight to see he's in trouble and begin beating up some gangsters. But uselessness aside, he does actually assist you in throwing beer balls or spraying at them. Oh, friendly fireman. So the next boss is the Drunken Master, and from this point on, this is where the game becomes more of a pattern recognition game simulator, since it isn't just the boss you have to memorize their attacks. But then you got some normal grunt enemies that are just tougher than you, somehow kicking your ass. The only way for you to get healed in this game is if you get to the next segment, in which your health gets restored to full, or just die and restart. I mean, it's forgiving, but that doesn't mean this game is gonna get any easier. Oh, son of a... He's breakdancing.
He's trying to breakdance, bro. He was confused what kind of fight this was gonna be. He thought it was a dance-off.
Don't
love the slow.
I like...
Look at there's a full foot between his hands.
He's just teleporting from behind or something. Oh, what? He just kicked... Just full health. Did you just see that health gauge or something? Now I actually thought I wasn't going to get past this level since this took me a long time before recording, so I was surprised that I was able to beat him this time. But again, the pattern recognition can sometimes be unforgiving, especially since you have to watch your block energy to counterattack. Another example of this pattern recognition is this normal giant type enemy that's only in this section, this small section of the game. You can't use normal attacks since it'll whoop your ass. But grab attacks? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Speaking of which, did you know this small segment is a chapter that you can choose? Yep, even small segments of the game are considered chapters. Chases, fighting levels, short cutscenes, gunfight segments, bosses, mini-bosses, all of them are chapters. Actually, scratch that. I had to check for this video and turns out it isn't. But that doesn't stop me from talking about the chapter selection. Late night meeting. Dynamic duo. Tough odds. Sticks and groans. Fender bender. Follow that wheelchair. True evil revealed. To be fair, it is meant to feel like a movie, and the chapter selection is basically similar to watching on DVDs or Blu-rays or 4K discs or whatever. Meanwhile in Hong Kong, Hotel Bathrobe Man takes over the Triad while he speaks Cantonese to a gang member speaking English in San Francisco. Oh yeah, it's cool time! Oh, sorry, get off! No, no, he's not.
Hey, you seem to be a little low on health.
I know!
Hey, you're the one shot.
The one shot.
The one shot.
Oh.
Don't let the generic. Oh. Damn.
After a shooter section, you start being more gangs in the cafe. If you want to, you can choose to annoy yourself by smashing to this window.
Second.
Nice shot.
Oh, my shop!
Fine, no witness.
He's just crying about his shot.
My cabbages!
And they're in the middle of the fight just so you can beat the shit out of the innocent guy.
Oh no, my shop!
Yeah, we get.
Oh no, my shot! His 2 lines.
I'm calling the cops!
Shop, I'm calling the cops, my shop, my shop, oh no, my shop! Now for cinematic experience, it's a good thing this game doesn't have any QTE events, otherwise this wouldn't be a movie game. And I guess you don't need to call police here when you could just have Jet Li kick God knows how many bikers they sent to kill me.
You know, I feel like after the 3rd time, if I were the henchman, after the 3rd time I watch the guy kick someone off their bike, I would not be fighting. I would be long gone. I would be far away from San Francisco.
This better be the last phase.
Why do they have so many other bugs?
No, don't you dare! Don't you! No! And now we get to perhaps some of the weakest segments of the game. Stealth levels. Most of the stealth sections kinda suck when all I wanted was to be cool! Not sit around and stand like a stool. Some of them would just cheat by staring behind, and then some of them would just have super confusing patterns. Like, can't I just smack them or just fight them? Well, I gotta follow the movie script, do I?
Splinter Cell who? This is the stealth game.
Yeah.
Peripheral vision non-existent.
Yeah. Hearing senses? 0.
Their sight is so bad. You are just like right in front of a guy, but you're barely away from his beam, so he can't see.
This is what Suicide Squad game should have been. A new Arkham game. This is the Arkham game we wanted. Are these the same guards or different guards? Like, did they just wake up or something?
They keep waking up.
You're in the same place.
They keep waking up and just going to new spots. It's like, you know what, I got knocked out here. I'm gonna move somewhere else. This is the most exciting and exhilarating stealth I've seen since the Hulk movie game.
Hulk movie? Wait, there's a stealth segment in the Hulk movie game?
Yeah, the movie tie-in game, or the tie-in game. There's Bruce Banner stealth sections. No, this game's got reflections.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That and like the destructible environment and shit, it's actually better than some modern games.
So we're reunited with Boss's daughter, and this is where the game features a tag team mechanic, which only happens here and the next level. I learned that this is a reference to another Jet Li movie, which I just watched recently. I think I just unlocked the core memory after realizing, hey, I've seen this movie on TV before.
I am Sung Long.
Why are you telling me your name?
Because that's who he is.
Why?
Holy shit.
I am Sung Long.
You already told me your name, you prick.
I am Klaus.
I'm Batman. I am Beowulf.
You needed to remind me. He is Sung Long. I mean, look at him.
So for this boss fight, he'll send out 2 squads to kill you, but you can use this to practice your collab attacks. Once he pops up to fight you, you can deal damage to him while his health is full, but once he starts backing off, that's where you need to use Michelle. If I can actually just grab her!
Any move could be the last one. Oh.
No, what are you doing? What are you doing? No,
I can't believe it. Who is this guy?
Don't you dare. I don't know. I don't even want to know his name.
It's not Sang Lang. It's something.
Why do you want to know his
I'm not
name?
sure. You're gonna have to kick the guy in the coat. What's his name?
I don't know. Michelle, that's his name. His name's Michelle.
I am Sung Long.
I don't care. Shut the fuck
That's his name. Sung Lang. Holy shit.
So after being Sung Long,
Sung-long.
the only boss of a name as if he's important. I have a woman and I'm not afraid to use her. We're off to an abandoned church because the House of God makes amazing action set pieces. And the Lord said, "Let there be lights, camera, action!" The game introduces a bunch of shock trooper thugs that suck the life out of your adrenaline, a bunch of annoying screamer dudes that jump around until they get tired, and the kickboxer, which you can only attack by a counter burst. Because if you don't counter them, they'll just pull off this Devil May Cry, Dongri, Bayonetta, Wombo combo move on you. And finally, AR-15 gunners. They use AR-15s. Enter Billy Soon, just in case you want to know this bad guy's name. Off to another stealth section featuring the use of the stamina assistance hide. Oh man, I don't think even Arkham games could rival this. We get to this drug lab which is 100% irrelevant to the story, and then fight this old geezer who is also very important to the plot. And he's not even a boss, he's still tough enough to whoop my ass. Off to another gunfight segment in which Jet Li finds conveniently placed dual nail guns, not a single nail gun, 2 nail guns, and starts blasting the crowd of these iron refinery workers because it's cool! And then you have to deal with a bunch of dudes holding propane tanks. Oh, they suicide bomb now. So we get to Billy. This guy's the next boss, and in my opinion, he's pretty fun but tricky since it makes the use of the block button, where you basically have to keep an eye on your gauge, while also make sure his attack animation ends to counter him, since basic counters don't work. Because parry mechanics are overrated these days, right guys? But there are some rare occasions where if he hits one of the crates, a wooden stick gets dropped, and while it doesn't change anything, you do still deal more damage, and you get better attack frames. Who would win, wood or metal?
Apparently metal.
Billy soon?
Oh, no, never
Like,
mind.
see you soon.
Fatality.
See you in the next life, old friend. Off to Hong Kong, everyone is back speaking Cantonese, and if you ask me, this is the part where I'd rather play in English just because I find it strange that Jet Li's son speaking in Cantonese in a boat ride. So these two were speaking English all the time back in San Francisco, but once we're in Hong Kong they just switched back to Cantonese? Like, just speak in English! Keep your shit a secret or something! Don't let anyone know what you guys are talking about!
Opposite of chasing.
俾錢點同你開車啊？
What?
俾錢咯，
I will slap you if you don't move this car.
俾錢咯，
I'ma slap you.
俾錢咯，
I'ma slap you.
俾錢我咪開車啊！
Wait, so if he used a boat to get to States, how long did it take to get here? 13 days, 17 hours? So Sniper Assassin tries to kill us in this level, and from here, what you have to do is to counter these guys from body slamming you like a WWE superstar, otherwise you might end up falling to the lowest part of the docks, or you might end up getting assassinated. Luckily, you can use the Made in China bulletproof cardboard box to take cover. Guess now we know how China is using the Genshin money. This caliber is just strong enough to shoot cardboard.
That's right, it's not strong enough caliber to go through cardboard.
Perhaps the scariest part here is when you try to get back up, since even if the action button shows up on screen, it might not detect it, which adds a lot of unintentional psychological frustrations. Just to get back up. So you get to the game's only gun duel boss fight, and what makes this challenging is that not only do the covers break apart and are fragile, but this guy likes to move around a lot and even does a max pain dive that gives him invincibility frames. Good thing he's weak to Looney Tunes accidents. But as far as I know, having him stand still seems to be the only way to have him take damage. This nurse has a tattoo. Clearly she's not an evil spy or something. Sure, secure the buildings, add some extra guards. Are you sure your guards aren't triad spies? Something's not right with that tattoo. Convenient evil laugh. This is modern medicine. This is amazing. I swear, the dialogue is just potentially funny. Mother always wanted me to be a doctor. This modern medicine is amazing. Let's run some tests on this guy.
Is the person in that MRI machine just dead
I
or
don't
something?
know. Alright, bitch, this is for Caspi and Mulan 2. This is for Caspi and Mulan 3. Oh shit. This is for Caspi and Bubby. Fuck. Alright, Mulan. When will your reflection show? Jason Statham and Del Rolando might not be in the hospital, but at least you got some dual submachine guns and a grenade to ride. Mix them together, and you got a recipe of being cool! Matrix Punch! Matrix Guns! Matrix Kick!
Everything is Matrix. Matrix!
Yeah, Matrix! Unfortunately, the hotel bathrobe man kidnaps the boss's daughter, and this is the part where I realized that every villain likes to laugh a lot.
Just the types of villains that are just having fun with being bad guys. That's what I want to be. I want to be a villain. I want to shoot a woman in the shoulder and then start laughing about it.
Now, I'm sorry if I'm going off topic for a second, but how often do you usually hear movie antagonists doing evil laughs? At least I heard are usually evil cartoon villain characters and old geezers cackling. Close I can get is Agent Smith, and that's pretty much it as an example. It's like everyone got the Joker Green Goblin gas. Guess this is why people will say animation is superior than live action. There is the hotel bathrobe man.
Yes.
I will turn the entire Hong Kong into a tourism spot for all people to come.
I will take control of all the hotels. Not just in Hong Kong, but the whole world. Hong Kong and San Francisco, all their bathrobes will be mine.
And this leads to perhaps one of the worst stealth levels in the game yet. Imagine trying to brainstorm a stealth level, and the best thing you can think of is this claustrophobic sewer level? That's just a one-way line without any alternating paths. Scratch my ass. So if you're trying to sneak a heavily secured sewer with plenty of guards, how are you going to find a hiding spot when the air is bright enough? The answer? It doesn't matter, since they can only see you when you're on the side of their flashlight. Even though they can clearly see me straight ahead, with no problems.
Yeah, that's the perfect hiding spot right there. I promise you, you won't get spotted hiding like that.
What the fuck? Just like, and even if you get past this part, this is where all the elite guards go fuck you mode. If you make a simple mistake here, all the guys here will just wombo combo you until your face just starts sweating and melting into goo. It took me like 20 or 50 or a million tries to get past this part. Damn it. Damn it! Oh, no! Get away from me! At that point, I decided, you know what? Fine. These guys win. I'll just take a break, come back tomorrow, beat this level, until I realized that I forgot to turn on the autosave. I have to do the stealth section again, am I?
Did you ever get past
No,
this?
I already told you I forgot to save my game.
Oh yeah. Well, I was curious if I didn't know if you quit after I left.
Now I had to figure out what I was doing wrong. It wasn't that I relied too much on countering them. I think the problem is that it has something to do with the number of enemies running to you and how you can't do much when you attack them, since some of them will combo mad you, and because I kept grabbing them a lot. Thing is, when I was analyzing the enemy by reviewing the clip, there's the normal elite guards that might combo you, then the fat guard that gives you high damage by using normal moves, then the last part where they throw in some bandana guards that would start with a kick attack that reaches you. Then there's that one enemy that tries to back off. So my new strategy was basically have one of them come to me, click the right stick a few times, attack the next when they run to me, counter if necessary. Then when you get to the armored dudes, that's where you have to balance both the normal combos and the counter attacks, and that's how you progress to the next stage. Basically just keep the enemy stunned for a while while you focus on the other. It's working. I got past it! Oh shit!
Oh my god! Oh yeah!
I found the strategy! As much as how frustrating this section is, it did grow on me when the area is basically like the culmination of the analog combat controls. Or at least I wish I could say that if they decide to bring those combo mad jumpy dudes and the kickboxer guys. But yeah, this is pretty much the last traditional beat 'em up segment, when the next few levels are basically shoot 'em up sections. Even though the camera is panning to this map of how big the building is, you aren't here to pull off a Ghostbusters of walking up the stairs to reach the top floor. It's really pointless other than to show suspense, and that's pretty much it.
They are really unforgiving now. Just throw like 100 guys at you.
So on the next level, what you've got to do here is to traverse your way to the office until it gets to the elevator. The cubicles and the drawers are indestructible, but the couches, they can break apart.
Just standing completely still, just non-stop. Are you like nearing the goddamn end of the game?
I don't know. I think I'm in the ending of the game.
I was gonna say, because they're just throwing insane numbers at you.
It is like the entire building or something?
Shooting up the entire hospital.
Don't care who it is. Security guards, janitors, workers, customers, some kids in the streets, they don't care. They don't care anymore. All of this just because of a hotel bathrobe guy.
That's
Yeah, what the fuck? He's just dead! So you fight the twins again. They aren't as hard as the first time seeing them. I guess the only difference here is that you have to actually deplete their health to 0 and not leave half their health. Oh come on, you guys aren't even that important. Not even his new bodyguards. You haven't even appeared until like now. So beat the Asian swap Matrix twins, finally reached the final boss of the game, that being the evil hotel bathrobe man. And the boss fight is suspiciously easy, but then he pulls off a James Bond villain trap of turning this room into a poisoned gas chamber in phase 2. In which I have no idea what the pattern is, because he keeps barking off! Then suddenly on phase 3, the final boss has this annoying timeline of trying to beat evil hotel bathrobe man as fast as possible, otherwise Michelle will fall off and die. You can't even get closer to press an action button to extend time, you just have to stick to fighting the last boss and do nothing to her. And do I seriously need to watch a cutscene of her about to slip? It just destroys all my combat pacing and cohesion. So how do you beat the final boss? Well, you gotta hold both shoulder buttons, wait for a fist to hit him, beat him until your adrenaline gets full, activate sicko mode. It took me a while to realize what I was doing wrong.
You have something Quan doesn't have.
What?
Infinite retries. Also Google.
Until what I was supposed to do is to tap pause the analog stick and not just keep tapping it. Even if you have the advantage, his body will fall and you have to wait for him to wake up instead of just stomping him like a GTA character, just because there's no stomp attack except in one cutscene. Intentional or not, this section does remind me of playing fighting games in practice mode where you try to do combo juggles. Because once they do fall, you can't damage them because they become invincible on the floor. So the final boss is a fighting game training mode section. Game, are you being serious now? Come on, here goes. He's beginning to believe.
He's beginning to believe.
What? Give me that attack noise. Give me that attack noise. What? Stand up!
Feel the way I do about you now.
What the hell? Is he rolling? Is he rolling? What the f- What? Stop falling down and let me hit you! What? Yes! Yes! Oh! Yes! I am the one!
Let's go! Holy shit! Hell yeah!
Oh no, turns out the dude with the jack is the evil guy all along. How could we have not seen this? Good thing the epic final boss fighting the true evil is a cutscene, not a QTE. And that was Jet Li's Rise to Honor. I gotta say, this game has aged better than I thought. Next to the shitty stealth sections which sucked. And I gotta say, this game is actually still worth playing to this day. In an age where TPS combat is just tapping buttons, shoulder cams, and I don't know, target blocks, dodges, and parries, Rise to Honor feels a lot more refreshing that balances and combines how to make a game feel like a cinematic experience, arcade beat-em-ups, and even arcade shooters. And for a game that's pretty much the only Sony game by a branch that handles publishing, not developing, the team did a pretty good job. What the fuck? Why are you swearing? Why are you swearing? And watching the behind the scenes footage, you can tell how much love, care these guys put in from here. From Jet Li's dedication to stunt mocaps, to the tiny details of seeing pops affected by her actions, including some things I noticed when playing on English dub, which is that if the last guy standing takes too long to get beaten, they'll spew out some unique voice line.
Don't think you won.
Even the last stealth section when I started playing on English dub, I actually started understanding what the guards are saying now, especially since subtitles are always lacking in game.
I've seen rats down here as big as my dog.
Other than that, in completing it, you get some concept art, 3D models in which you can't look around, the soundtrack, and an animation of kids just doing martial arts for some reason. Could be a test animation. But story-wise, it's not some award-winning masterpiece. It's pretty basic at best, and even when Jet Li's revealed to be some undercover cop despite his triad connections after like first several chapters, it's not really that much of a big of a deal in my opinion. There's also 2 costumes you can unlock, one being Bald Jet Li from the movie Legend, and...
Who's this? I don't know. Traditional Jet Li.
Looks like a citizen. Look at his getup. The dude's getup.
The citizen from
Half-Life Citizen.
Ah, Gordon Freeman.
Half-Life 2 Citizen. Holy shit.
Sheesh, at least give me Black Mask or something. I mean, at least this isn't a 2008 game. Could be worse if it was made in that year. Could be Monkey Jet Li. And I guess that's pretty much I can cover about Rise to Honor. After this, I think this is the part where Jet Li stopped being relevant. But if anything, I'd like to call it as Jet Li's last hurrah until he starts doing, I don't know, Mummy 3, Expendables movies. And after that, his career pretty much slowed down with his major last appearance being in Disney's Mulan remake of all things. But it's really just a dad owing a favor to his daughter, so nothing wrong with that. While I can't find exact sales data, we can still find some critic score reviews, and honestly, their scores suck! Clearly these guys have no idea what they're thinking. Highest score is 6 out of 10, one reviewer gives 7 out of 10, and the lowest score being 5 out of 10? You call this crap a mediocre 6 out of 10 game? I call this a masterpiece. In fact, I'm giving this a full high score! But the stealth section, especially the last one, can still fuck off though. Well, now that I'm done here, I might as well start playing Jackie Chan PS1 game or Dwayne Johnson PS2 game.
Didn't anyone ever tell you to prove the point?
51 on Metacritic, 3 out of 10 on Game Informer, 5.5 on GameSpot, 2 stars GameSpy, Game Trailer 6 out of 10, GameZone 5.5, IGN 6 out of 10, okay. I mean, can't be that bad, right?
I'm still loving my 3 out of 10 review from Game Informer, by the way. 3 out of 10.
Okay,
Thanks, guys.
all right, fine.
As a child, I yearned for the mines.
Ah, forget. I'm playing it on an emulator anyway, so I'll play it whenever I want to. Well, I guess that's all for now. This is Syndicate, logging off until next time.
I still dream one day, when I become old, I cannot do exactly the movement, but so when you're old, 60 years old, I can put my face on my movement.
What is he right
I still can fight, and that's my dream.
He is exactly 61 years old right now. I thought he was like younger than that. Oh, Asians, man, they don't age.